A very good morning and welcome to Capital Showdown morning edition here on Headlines Today. Where we are today, these interesting things and visuals that you see behind me, we are at one of the famous akhadas here in Azadpur. We are live from where all these Pehlwans that you see behind me are practicing. They are the ones, those who in fact have been recent times bringing a lot of glory as far as India is concerned. And why are we here on Capital Showdown? Because remember, it's the people like you and me, it's the people like them, those who matter on 7th Feb when they go out and cast their vote. We will bring you all the poll-related updates today. We will also bring you everything that is happening as far as the elections in Delhi is concerned. But with just 2 days of voting to go, with just 2 days of campaigning, in fact, and 3 days when Delhi polls, with the left political parties are leaving no stone unturned within efforts to project its star campaigners. After launching a scathing attack on the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party in Rohini yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address his last rally. The trump card of the BJP will be in Ambedkar Nagar. Today, Congress Vice President also throwing in his hat in just the last moment. He will hit the roads in the walled city at the Jama Masjid area on Wednesday. And of course, Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, their chief campaigner, the man who is out there to woo the crowds, also out he will be interacting on Twitter also. 3 rallies that Mr. Kejriwal will also be addressing. But before we go on to what's happening in Delhi, let's take you to our top focus today. It is the India Today Cicero poll. This entire exercise has been going on since 2014. We have been on the tracker. We have been asking people to know the pulse of what is going to happen in Delhi. And the first tracker, in fact, took place in December. Then there was also the other tracker that took place in January. And now India Today Cicero poll has come out with their top findings as far as Delhi is concerned. First, let me tell you what is our projection as far as the chief ministerial candidate is concerned. This last tracker was done after Kiran Bedi was nominated as the chief minister choice of the BJP. And since then, what our tracker shows that Arvind Kejriwal is still the popular choice. Kiran Bedi's popularity has come down by 3 percentage points and she is now at 35% and number 2. But Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party chief in India Today Cicero poll, emerges as the top contender of the chief ministerial seat in Delhi with 44% of votes. Third, lagging behind, is Ajay Makan of the Congress Party with 12% votes. These are very important, significant findings. This is the most definitive tracker as far as the elections 2015 are concerned. Let me also now take you through our voting percentage forecast. What is all these parties getting? In fact, as far as the voting percentage is concerned, the Aam Aadmi Party in the vote share, it seems, is leading with 43.5% votes. The BJP with 35.5%, and Congress with 13 percentage points, with others lagging at 8 percentage points. Also, let me just now quickly take you to what our tracker, in fact, had said about the seat projection. Very important seat projection, how much these percentage points convert into seats. The seat projection, in fact, when the tracker started in 2014, December, BJP was at around 35 to 40. Aam Aadmi was still lagging behind with 25 to 31 seats, and Congress a modest of 3 to 5 seats, with others getting 2. When the seat share, well, in fact, in January 2015 tracker, it was about BJP 34 to 40, Aam Aadmi Party 25 to 31. So gains for the BJP, but Aam Aadmi Party almost there. There was a significant decrease in number of seats that others were getting, but the final definitive Cicero poll now says in the final tracker that Aam Aadmi Party is emerging not only as the #1 party, but they would are most possibly heading for a majority between 38 and 46 seats. That's our range as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Even with the lower range, they become a majority party. The BJP, despite pulling all stops, despite throwing everything in, between 19 to 25, the Congress between 3 to 7, and others either 0 or none. Very quickly before I go to my reporters, let me just very quickly go to Ashok ji here. Ashok ji is of course the coach. Sir, पहले तो ये बताइए कि हमारा जो आज सर्वे आया इंडिया टुडे उसमें आम आदमी पार्टी का दिख रहा है कि उनकी जबरदस्त मेजॉरिटी आ रही है। आप और जिस तरह से आप बहुत लोगों से इंटरेक्ट करते रहते हैं, आपका क्या सेंस है दिल्ली में इस बार क्या होने वाला है?
नहीं, हम तो ये सोचते हैं जो देश के लिए अच्छा काम करे, जो स्पोर्ट्स के लिए भी अच्छा काम करे, अच्छी पार्टी आनी चाहिए जो देश को एक अच्छा पारदर्शी चेहरा है और पारदर्शी काम करे। जी
तो अच्छा ये बताइए कि किरण बेदी या फिर अरविंद केजरीवाल?
नहीं, हमें तो इन दोनों से इतना ही मतलब है, जो भी अच्छा काम करे। जो मेरी पर्सनल राय पूछो तो मैं तो खुद अगर मेरी पर्सनल वो पूछो मैं तो केजरीवाल को।
बिल्कुल। तो सर यहाँ केजरीवाल को समर्थन दे रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके लिए बड़ा जरूरी है दैट पीपल दोज हु विल सपोर्ट देम इन स्पोर्ट्स। लेट मी क्विकली गो अक्रॉस टू आवर रिपोर्टर्स ऑन द ग्राउंड. Kamaljeet Sandhu is joining us early morning today. Also, my friend Jugal is joining us here. And Asher, our deputy editor who covers the Congress party, is also with us. Let me first go across to Kamal. Kamal, BJP has put all stops in. They have gone in. They have got Narendra Modi doing rallies. They have got the entire cabinet in. But our India Today Cicero poll shows that it is probably not enough. They will be the number 2 party. How is the BJP reacting to our poll?
Well, if it doesn't suit them, they don't believe in the surveys. That's the primary things of all political parties. But remember, on a cold day, the political heat in Delhi is very much on. And this is a no-holds-barred contest between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, definitely edging out the Congress Party, who's actually seeking a revival of sorts. But definitely a war of words, not just between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, but also their chief ministerial candidates. You would remember at one point of time, they both said that this is about clean politics, this is the beginning of new politics. But yes, the sort of personalized attacks we've seen of Kejriwal on Bedi and Bedi on Kejriwal, things are only becoming more interesting. It's a hard choice for the Delhi voter. Obviously, the surveys trying to show that the Aam Aadmi Party has edged out the BJP. But remember, the BJP is using its trump card. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi, also the cabinet ministers, the RSS workers at ground. So they put their weight behind Kiran Bedi, and we'll really have to see till the last minute and the last day itself. There would be a hard campaigning, a hard sellout of BJP, which is very much on.
Right, let me take that to Jugal. Jugal, you are at the Aam Aadmi Party's office. They must be absolutely jubilant, aren't they? All the surveys of late have been showing a surge of the Aam Aadmi Party, and India Today Cicero polls clearly give them a majority. What's the sense that you are picking not only from their cadre, but also from the ground?
Well, Ankit, speaking about the ground per se, the biggest relief that most people are talking about is that perhaps for the first time after almost a year and a half, an impasse of a year and a half, perhaps Delhi will have a single party majority, which, believe you me, brings a lot of relief to a lot of people. Speaking about the Aam Aadmi Party, of course, we are aware last week itself Yogendra Yadav had spoken to us and had shared that the internal assessment of the party gave it in excess of 40 seats, perhaps even 50. So this perhaps is a little, downward on that side. But of course, the Aam Aadmi Party is also facing a lot of allegations, be it about the transfer of money, be it about Shazia Ilmi claiming that there's no internal RTI or democracy in the party, and of course the BJP is on an onslaught. So it may seem rosy, but it's definitely not going to be easy till the last poll is polled and it's counted. Back to you.
Absolutely, very crucial point there, Jugal making. Of course, though they are, it seems that Aam Aadmi Party is emerging a little, they have a little edge as far as the BJP is concerned. But of course, till the time the last vote is counted, till the time the last vote is cast, they cannot be complacent. Let me go across very quickly to Deputy Editor Asher Khan, who is joining us from the National Capital in a perspective with Congress. Asher, all these polls only reaffirming what the sense we are getting from the ground. The sense that the Congress is lagging behind the sense that probably the Congress is absolutely out of the race. How is the Congress party taking it?
Well, deep down, the Congress party knew it from the very beginning that this is not their game. And within closed doors, that is a talk which is going on. But it is more important that the cadres, after the 2014 defeat, is something which needs to be enthused. And that is what the Congress is doing. In fact, today also it's an action-packed day for the Congress party. The Congress Vice President will be holding a rally today, followed by a roadshow. So clearly the Congress not giving it up, trying to give its best shot, trying to enthuse the cadres, trying to get its candidates on the ground, its people on the field, to ensure that whatever more can be done to ensure that the party remains, the party cadres remain, the party structures remain. That is what the Congress party is doing.
और कुछ नहीं. All right, thank you so much, Asha, for bringing that perspective. Kamal, Asher and Jugal, of course, will keep tracking what is happening all across the national capital today. Remember, India Today's Cicero poll has created quite a buzz here. And before I go back and I speak to these daredevils who are here, as you can see, my friend here is doing something with these ropes. Let me just quickly go across and ask him, sir, ये क्या practice चल रही है? क्या बोलते हैं इसको जो आप कर रहे हैं?
इस तरह से बोलते हैं सर, ये इससे आज कुश्ती में हाथ नहीं भरते, बहुत अच्छी तरह चलते हैं मूवमेंट वगैरह। कुश्ती में स्टेमिना और सांस लेने प्रॉब्लम कोई नहीं, बहुत अच्छी हमारे लिए बहुत लाभदायक होती है।
अगर दिल्ली के दंगल की बात करें तो ये बताइए कि अरविंद केजरीवाल धोबी पछाड़ मारने वाले हैं किरण बेदी?
सर हमारे लिए दोनों ही, हमारे को फायदा होना चाहिए, हमारे रेसलिंग हॉल को, हमारे देश को, खिलाड़ियों को, हमारे को फायदा चाहिए, कोई भी सरकार हो।
The best thing about the sports person is that they do not bother much about the politics. All they want is that things should come to them. There should be things that should be happening, and sports remains the priority. Now let's just quickly shift the focus to what's happening. The big showdown in the national capital today with just a day to go. It is an all-out. All chips are in right now. The Congress, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party putting their star campaigners for the rallies today. Last-ditch effort to woo the voters. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Delhi today, his last rally. Delhi would be testing his magic and whether he can sway the elections for the BJP in the areas where he faces resistance. The survey, of course, shows that BJP is coming a distant second to Aam Aadmi Party. But the key would be how much of a difference does Narendra Modi now makes in this late surge for the BJP. Whether he's able to pull back that distance of about 8 to 9 percentage votes that is there right now within the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. Of course, Rahul Gandhi, the Congress president, would also be hitting the streets today. He will be in the walled city for a rally, and Arvind Kejriwal all across the national capital, not only interacting with people on Twitter, but he will be addressing 3 rallies. Kumar Vishwas, other star campaigners also been thrown in. So all the parties are going all the way to make sure that in the late surge, they at least make sure the fence sitters get their message right. I'm stepping into a very short break, but we leave you in this break with our... We are here at an akhada here in Azadpur, and you can see this very serious duel going on with our fighters here. I'll try and get into one and just ask them in between. ये बताइए कि कौन सा दाव चल रहा है, क्या दाव कर रहे हो आप?
सर ये ऐसा पटों में लग रहे हैं, निकाल कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, मुझे कोई ये करके दिखाएगा? वो सब लोग बोलते हैं धोबी बछाड़, वो गधा बछाड़, वो कौन सा होता है? एक बार करके दिखा दो यार। ये अरे जबरदस्त ये आप you have the famous Dhobi Pachhad. We yet don't know who is going to do this Dhobi Pachhad and who is going to be Pachhado in Delhi, but of course we will move on to our next segment, and that is I have a question segment. In this we let you, the viewer whose voice is most important, ask a question to the neta you want to speak to, and this time we have a question. We'll just quickly go in what the question of the day is.
So my name is Chavi Sharma and I want to ask Adarsh Shastri, was he being an opportunist when he left Apple company, that is a very big name, just to join Aam Aadmi Party? I mean, he never lived here in India, he always lived abroad. Then what was the opportunity that he seeked? Thank you.
Well, that was a question for Mr. Adarsh Shastri. He is the candidate of the Aam Aadmi Party from the Dwarka constituency. My producers are trying to call him up, and they will give me a cue as soon as he's patched. All right, I've been told that Mr. Shastri is patched. Good morning, Mr. Shastri. Ankit Tyagi this side from Headlines Today. You are on Capital Showdown. Sir, our viewer has a question for you, and she wants to know that, you have lived across the globe throughout your life. How much do you know your constituency, and are you only fighting on a famous surname, sir?
Well, first of all, I think there is some misinformation because I have been born in Delhi, I have been educated in Delhi, and I have worked all my life for 18 years in Delhi. I have never worked abroad. This is misinformation which is being spread, and I have worked for multinational companies but in India, and I have been based in Delhi, whether I was with Samsung or last when I was with Apple. So that is the first point. I have never lived abroad. Secondly, as far as Dwarka is concerned, I am living in my constituency in Dwarka, in Mahavir Enclave, and I am well versed with the problems of Dwarka, and I am very clearly of the view that in the last 20 years, the politics of Dwarka have been of corruption and gain, and this time, living here, I will make sure that Dwarka gets its due and gets progress, gets water, gets roads, gets sewage.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Shastri, for taking out time to speak to Headlines Today on Capital Showdown early in the morning. Well, that's all we have today for the Capital Showdown. And if I am okay for tomorrow in one way, probably we'll come back tonight. Thank you so much for being on Headlines Today. Don't forget to tune in Capital Showdown in the night at 7 p.m. with my colleague Preeti Chaudhary. Okay.